I'm Ryan Green.
And I'm Zack Taylor.
And together we are Commander Social. And this week we're going to talk to you about our predictions for Commander 2019. And we're going to revisit the previous show, which was episode 7. And there's a link in the show notes, but we're going to go over our predictions and see how we fared.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. I think we're going to do pretty good.
That's the way I remember it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to thank everybody out there in audience land. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to hit the like button,
the subscribe button,
and the bell for ring-a-ding notifications. So, all right, so that's going to move us on into our patron section. So I just want to thank everyone out there who's a Patreon patron of ours, Patreon patron. And that is at patreon.com/commandersocial. And your support means the world to us. Yep. And specifically this week, we want to give a shout out to one Mr. Joe Hoffman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's at GingerJ0E on Twitter.
Yep.
You should definitely check him out. He does awesome work with kids. And he's a fantastic supporter of the show. So, Joe, we are super happy that you are a patron, as well as we got to meet you in Vegas, and that was really awesome.
Great dude. Like, he ended up driving into Vegas a day early so that he could like hang out with us and pick us up from the airport.
Yeah, not to mention pick us up from the airport.
Like it was great. Like he's just the best.
Right. And if you want to be a patron, there's a bunch of really good reasons to do so. Number one, you get to be mentioned in episodes like this, and you get to contribute directly to our episodes, much like Joe did and a few other patrons that you're going to hear about in clips during this episode. Yep. So that's a really great perk, as well as being able to hang out with us in Discord and just talk and chat. It's really great. It's a really fun way to, contribute feedback directly to us, as well as give us ideas for shows and, get mentioned and stuff like this. And also we run a monthly patron contest, right? So you have a chance to win some sweet fat loot.
Yeah. And I think we do pretty decent giveaways.
Absolutely.
We've done a bundle, and we did a Sidewinder box.
Yeah. And this month it's going to be a pre-release kit for Throne of Eldraine provided to us by Mothership. So yeah, you can win, like, it comes with 6 booster packs and a die and that foil promo card.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get a chance to get out to the pre-release, you can pick up one of these and see what it would be like to build a deck, or you could just get some sweet cards.
Yep. So that brings us to Twitter. So Ryan, where can people get you on Twitter?
Individually on Twitter, I'm at Green Geek.
Individually, I'm at Z4CK38.
And together we are Commander Social.
So I also want to say, we care about our Twitter followers too, and we have contests there. Not as good as the Patreon contest, but still pretty decent, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
This month we're giving away a draft set of Throne of Eldraine, so that's 3 packs. Hopefully maybe you could win that. All you gotta do is like the tweet, subscribe to us on Twitter, and retweet the tweet. And you're entered in automatically.
Wait, is it called subscribing on Twitter, or is that YouTube? It's following on Twitter, right?
Yeah. You have to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, if you have to subscribe to us on Twitter, well, that's going to be tough.
I mean, is that TwitTube or something? I don't know. Maybe it's an amalgamation of both sides.
So you got me there. But yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's a ton of really sweet cards in Throne of Eldraine for Commander.
There really are. Like, there's so many cards that I want. Like, I made a list and I was like, oh, this is going to be pricey.
This is a dangerous list.
It is. I got to prioritize.
All right. So, Zach, what's been going on in your personal life, man?
Not a whole lot, just kind of doing the usual thing. I'm pretty excited, though. Coming up this Tuesday, finally. Like, things keep falling through, but we're going to start our Shadowrun 6th edition game. I've been reading the book, the startup, or the quick start rules, and the campaign. I'm getting really into it. And then we were at Mothership last night, and the 6th edition rulebook was supposed to come out about a month ago. But it finally came in, and Lauren gave it to me at Mothership, where I get all my gaming supplies.
Yeah, and you know what? It's really nice to get that thing that you've been waiting for, and kind of finally it's there, and the delayed gratification.
Yeah, it was great because I was just like, hey Lauren, because I don't bother about it because I know Shadowrun stuff's gonna be late. And I'm like, hey Lauren, you heard anything about Shadowrun lately? She's like, well, I don't think so. Wait, hold on, maybe it came in. Let me look. And then she comes and she's like, oh, it came out. Here you go. And I was like, sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
So that's what's been going on in my life. What's been going on in yours, Ryan?
All right. Well, it's time for that hashtag MTG dad moment. And this first one is going to be for my son, Malcolm. So much like his sister, he's really into the Octonauts, which is an animated show.
I mean, I'm into that show.
I mean, creature report, creature report, creature report. But so he's really into it, and he'll ask for it by name now. But it's really cute just the way he is like Akko. Like he doesn't, say Octonauts, but you know what he means. And, do you want to watch, Paw Patrol? Mm-mm. Do you want to watch Steven Universe? Mm-mm. Do you want to watch Octonauts? Uh-huh. Like he gets really into it, and it's really cute to see.
Yeah, I love today when I came, like he just ran up and was like, "Ack!" And like I feel like that's Zach.
It is for sure.
And like that's really cool. Like he's starting to say a lot more words. Like it's really cool.
He's definitely getting much more verbal, and it's really awesome to see. So hoping that continues. But so we're gonna move on to this is still part of the MTG Dad moment, but we're gonna do a little bit of an early thank you to one Mr. Mike Condon this episode. Thank you, Mike. You are our audio engineer and our silent partner, and we couldn't do this without you. But we also have to thank you for that cheese log.
Yep.
Yeah, and my daughter Veronica wanted to also thank you for that cheese log. So here's a little song.
Cheese log cracker, cheese log cracker, cheese log cracker.
All right, so thanks for that cheese log, Mike. I know I enjoyed it, and I think Veronica did too.
Yep, sounds like it.
And now it's time for a segment we like to call
Commander Rules.
So for this week, I want to do something a little different with Commander Rules. Usually Ryan here comes up with the rule. We do it at random. So I thought I was like, I know some rules. Let's let me do one at random.
Time to put
happens.
Ryan in the hot seat.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. See how this rule hits you. So the rule for this week is 609.5.
Is that going to be a zone of some sort?
No, it's not a junk drawer question.
Oh, okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. If an effect could result in a tie, the text of the spell or ability that created the effect will specify what to do in the event of a tie. The Magic game has no default for ties.
Right, bow or neck or otherwise.
Correct. So what do you think about that rule? Do you know that?
That sounds right. I mean, I'm trying to think of a situation where there would be a tie. I mean, there's intentional draws in the
it's
the tournament rules, but not in the comprehensive rules.
Well, it's not a tie in terms of a game win or loss. It's a tie on a card. So I have some examples of this because
I love examples.
Yeah, because for me, like Commander rules are kind of the rules are a little bit hard to grasp unless you have an example. So I have 2 example cards. So here's the first one. The first one is called Time Sifter. It's a 5-cost artifact that says at the beginning of each upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. The player who exiled the card with the highest converted mana cost takes an extra turn after this one. If 2 or more players' cards are tied for the highest cost, the tied players repeat this process until the tie is broken. So if we both flipped this is in play, we both flipped a 5 CMC card.
Got to repeat that process.
Yep, we do it again.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yep. Another example is Psychic Battle. It's an enchantment for 3 blue. Whenever a player chooses 1 or more targets, each player reveals top card of their library. The player who reveals the card with the highest converted mana cost may change the target of the targets. The target or targets. If 2 or more cards are tied for highest cost, the target or targets remain unchanged. Changing targets this way doesn't trigger abilities of permanents named Psychic Battle.
Okay, so if there is a tie in this situation, nobody gets to choose.
Correct.
So really they are kind of like, they're really explicitly spelling out what happens in the case of a tie or repeat the process.
Right, and that's why I chose both of these cards to show was because it's 2 different outcomes for a tie, right? One is just nothing happens, and the other one is you repeat the process until you have a clear winner.
Yeah, one of the options is it totally rocks with this outfit, and the other one is it doesn't match at all.
It's fetch. It's totally fetch.
Stop saying fetch. It's never going to happen.
Oh, it's still going to happen. But I think that's a pretty good rule. What do you think, Ryan?
Absolutely. I enjoy the thing, and being in the hot seat here was it was fun. Not too bad.
Yeah.
You went easy on me. I like that.
Yeah. Well, I picked it at random. I definitely didn't Google search what's the hardest Magic rule for Ryan to understand.
You know what? I'm up to the challenge.
I probably should have, though. Yeah, exactly.
So audience out there, if you've got a really hard rule, hit us up on our Twitters or the Discord server, and, I'll do my best.
Yep.
All right.
Me too. I'll do my best as well.
Okay, so that's going to move us right on into our main topic, where we are going to dive deep into episode 7, where we made our Commander 2019 predictions, and we're going to see how well we did.
Yeah, and not to mention, not just predictions. Heinz Ketchup
A1 bold predictions. Absolutely. And let's go ahead and say here, we hold ourselves to a high standard here at Commander Social, and we can't just make a prediction show without coming back and revisiting it. I mean, if we make the predictions, we got to see how well we did, right? We have to score ourselves. We have to run the Scantron through the computer, and you guys out there demanded it, and so we're delivering it to you now.
It's cool that I used a pen on the Scantron, right?
I mean, it is, as long as it was a number 2 pen.
I think it was a rollerball.
All right, so, okay, the previous episode where we made all these predictions are going to be linked here in the show notes.
Yep.
But we are going to put some clips into this episode.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to go back and watch the entire episode if you don't want to.
But you should.
But you should. And if you want to go back and see some of the discussion that we had around these predictions, there's a lot there. So with all that being said, we're going to start off with some of our less A1 bold predictions.
Yep.
And let's hit them with the first one.
I think another reasonable assumption would be that there'd be multiple viable commanders in each deck. There always have been.
Yeah, historically, that has been the case. It'd be really weird to see a departure from that now, even if they're just reprints, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Which they've done in the past. But I always look forward to those cards.
Okay, so in that clip, we said that there were going to be 4 playable commanders per deck. That turned out to be true, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're untouchable. We definitely got one right.
Yeah, super good.
That's just going to keep continuing this entire episode.
For sure.
All right, so here's a clip of our next prediction.
I don't think we're going to get Planeswalkers again as commanders. We got that last time.
And there was the time before.
Yeah, so that was the second time. I think this time they're not going to do that, especially with all those War of the Spark Planeswalkers coming out. It'd
be really weird to do 2 sets of Planeswalkers in a row.
I agree.
All right, so we got that one right too, right? We correctly predicted there were not going to be any Planeswalker commanders. So
we're
another
doing
one.
Good. That's 2 out of 2.
2 out of 2. That train's going to just keep on rolling.
Yep.
Okay, so one thing I will say is there were no Planeswalker commanders in 2019, but each deck featured a prominent Planeswalker in it, and I thought that was really cool to see.
That's pretty legit.
As far as reprints go, it was really neat to see those in the Commander 2019 decks, and I'm hoping that trend continues next year in the Commander 2020 decks.
Agreed.
I don't know. It's really nice to see Planeswalkers being included in the Commander products and not necessarily at the helm of them.
Yeah, I think that's cool. So the next clips we're going to show, these are going to be predictions from our patrons.
Right, because we talked about that earlier. If you're in our Discord and we have some ideas for a show, we might hit you up and you might get included on an episode such as this.
Yeah. So this first one comes from the intern, TH. TH, the intern, who was a patron. Thank you, TH. Sorry for hitting my mic. But his bold prediction is that they are going to be monocolored decks. So Elliot thought we would have some monocolored commander decks. With 5 colors, 4 decks, that's difficult. But I really think that what the lesson to be learned here is that Elliot doesn't spend his time in the corner wisely. Elliot's supposed to be in the corner when he plays a Vorinclex, and he's supposed to be thinking about his life and about Magic and about things. And I don't think he used that time wisely here. I think he was probably just thinking about how he was gonna cheat out Vorinclex next.
Yeah, definitely that corner time could have been spent making better predictions, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so next we're going to hear a prediction from one Mr. Joe Hoffman, who you heard referenced earlier in the episode, our patron of the week.
Word. Joe Hoffman and I spoke, and he thinks that each deck will be themed by a plane. One will be based in Lorwyn, one will be based in New Phyrexia, one could be based in Ravnica, one could be based
in Innistrad.
Yeah, in Innistrad, the real popular ones.
All right, so Joe had a prediction about the planes being major players in the themes of the Commander 2019 decks.
Yeah.
And a little sorry here, Joe. Womp, womp. Didn't quite get there, but that's okay. It was a really good idea.
Yeah, I thought it was real neat. I thought it was real flavorful.
Yeah, and you know what? I could totally see something like that happening in the future, right? So I think it was a good prediction. It just didn't come true this time. And, here's the thing, right? Not everybody can be 2 for 2 like we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
We've got our patrons, and they're making some predictions here.
Yeah.
And, we'll see how the rest of them go.
Yeah, I feel like Joe, to use a sports ball analogy, I think he had a solid swing with his bat here, but it just didn't connect with the ball.
That seems right. Okay, so our next prediction is from one Mr. Big Bents. A bold prediction by one of our patrons, Mr. Big Bents.
This is not just A1 bold. This is A1 with Tabasco bold.
Oh, yeah. Andy went deep on this.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so he says each deck will have one of the following themes. There's going to be a tribal deck, a hard control deck, a vehicles deck, and a 7-piece combo.
Yeah.
Which is what you can get at your local KFC.
Yep.
All right. So Andy was talking there about a 7-piece combo, which is a great idea for a deck and great idea for a meal. KFC 7-piece combo. So, he didn't quite get that one right. And that, there's nothing wrong there. It was a bold prediction. And
it was A1 bold with Tabasco.
It was. So thank you, Andy, for that prediction. And I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what a 7-piece combo deck would look like, because I think it's a really interesting idea.
Yep. I mean, it would have to be at least 5 color. It'd be between 3 and 5 color, right?
Sure. I mean,
you need the tutors.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, so for example, if you had to get 7 specific cards, it'd be really difficult.
Yeah.
But you could do some sort of aristocrat style thing where it's like, oh, well, it's like when creatures go to the graveyard, these 2 cards get some benefit, and maybe it's +1/+1 counters. And then there's these other cards that do something with the +1/+1 counters. And so there's all these different cards that could make a loop somehow.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the pieces would be synergy based, but there could be that one really edge case combo.
Yeah, that pushed piece that when it gets out, it just sets the whole show off.
Just ties the room together like a rug.
And I feel like Andy really channeled his inner Zack on this one, because that's the kind of thing I put in my decks.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. I think it's a really cool idea. I would really like to see the execution of this somehow.
Yeah.
If there was some sort of combo or deck out there that listeners had.
Yeah.
They're like, I have the 7-piece combo. Right. Check it out.
Yeah.
This one's got the spicy sauce. Yeah.
And if you want to make it, send us a link, an Architect link, and we would definitely tweet that out.
For sure.
As Andy's 7-piece combo, brought to you by KFC.
That's definitely, the deck would be sponsored, and it would definitely be called Andy's 7-piece combo. I think that's absolutely right.
For sure.
Okay, so now it's time for what all of you at home have been waiting for. It's time to go see how we did on our A1 bold predictions.
Yep.
And our track record so far has been
it's
perfect.
Pretty good. I think I'm just gonna call it like the Babe and say we're gonna get there. It's gonna be a home run. They're gonna all be right.
I think so. Okay, so let's see here.
Let's start this off with my first bold prediction.
All right, sounds good.
So my first bold prediction is that there are going to be 4 color decks, and they're going to have partner commanders with each commander overlaps in one color. So your tiller, right? That's everything but green.
Okay, yep. So blue, black, red, white.
Yeah, so you'd have a blue, black, red one, and then
a blue, black, white one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so 3 color partner commanders.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 color decks with 3 color partner commanders. I mean, that was a little bit out there.
I mean, I would say super bold.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we can't always be right. I'm sure the rest of them are totally correct. I think this is just a one-off fluke, right? It's me. I definitely made kind of a wild prediction, and you can't get them all, but I think we'll get the rest of them.
The bolder the prediction, the more entertaining it is, right?
For sure.
You can't fault somebody for getting one wrong because they tried to step on the side of bold versus the side of mild, right? I mean,
and
who wants to eat ketchup on their wings? No way.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen you do it, but no, I haven't. I would have ridiculed you greatly for that on Twitter.
Shame.
Yep.
Shame. All right, so now we're going to look at my first bold prediction. All right, well, my first A1 bold prediction for Commander 2019 is that we are going to get the enemy crowd lands. Those are the lands from Battle Bond, and they tap to add 2 colors of mana, and they come into play untapped if you have 2 or more opponents.
Okay. That seems pretty cool.
Okay, so the enemy crowd lands don't exist yet, and I definitely thought this would be a good place for them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, maybe not all of our predictions are going to be correct, but,
I mean,
still more right than wrong currently.
Well, we're tied.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're 2-2.
Yeah.
Right? 2-2 is in tournament records, at least in my tournament records when I play tournaments. 2-2 is fine. Like, I'm still, like, I'm not going on the deep incline yet.
And I will say, you know what? I really do think the Commander products would be a good place for these.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, maybe in 2020's summer set, maybe we're going to see these. I know I personally want them, and I think the audience out there also wants them. So,
sure.
Let's just keep those in mind because 3's a crowd, but a crowd land is a good thing to have.
Yeah, it is. So next up is my next A1 bold prediction. So my next bold prediction is that it's kind of a spin-off of Joe Hoffman's.
Okay, all right.
Each deck will come with 5 plane chase cards meant to be combined with all of them. And when you play them, you basically are playing plane chase.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
Okay, so now we're 2-3, starting to get a little bit, but I think the rest of them are really good. I mean, I couldn't get this one, but again, it's a Zack prediction. I still think it was a good one. What do you think?
I think it was a great one. You know what? The plane chase cards are sweet, and including this kind of like action figure style where like you get 5 with a deck, and then like once you've like it gives you a reason to get all the decks, and you like get like the whole deck together. I don't know. It's something where it's like, okay, yeah, the 5 cards themselves aren't super playable if you only just get one of the decks. But then if you get them all, or like your play group gets them all, then you could play that plane chase variant.
For sure.
And I don't know. I think it was a really cool idea. And actually, if you go back to that clip, you can like watch my mouth hang open and be like, man, that was such an awesome pick.
Yeah.
Like definitely go to the tape because I don't know, like when you made that prediction, I was like totally floored. And when we went back and reviewed these, like you nailed it, man. Like I think it was good. Even if we didn't get it right, we got it awesome.
Yeah, I still think that would be completely awesome. And like I think the flavor and I think it'd be great.
All right, so now it's time for my next A1 bold prediction. My second bold prediction, and I think there's going to be a cycle of 5 monocolored partner commanders. Okay, so maybe we didn't get monocolored commanders, right?
So what was that put us at? Are we 2-4 now?
It's something like that. It's getting we're starting to get more wrong than right, and I'm starting to feel a little bad about it. But you know what? For sure, we're gonna have some more right ones coming up. For sure. But
these ideas could be used later.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe they're not wrong. Maybe they're just still to be determined.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I still think monocolored partner commanders could work.
Yeah.
And that would be another one of those Voltron style things where each deck has a monocolored partner commander, but that's it. And so if you buy multiple of the decks, you can put the monocolors together, and then you can combine the monocolored partners with partners from previous years. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And, we didn't get the prediction right, but I think it was still a good one.
Something that I like, too, about this prediction and then my last one is it gives you incentive. I mean, we're going to buy all, us personally, we're going to buy all 4, period, right? We want those commander cards, but people who are newer or people who are like, it just incentivizes people to buy the full set. And I think that's cool.
Well, and also it provides like built-in trade action too, right? Like if you want to like play a TCG where the T stands for trading, trade those partner commanders away and build one of the sub, backup singers or whatever. And I don't know. I just think it's a really cool idea.
Agreed. So next is one of my better predictions, I think. I think that a new kind of commander will be introduced. Not a partner, but a triplet commander. You could run 3 of them.
Okay, and they're all named Sen.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna make that joke. I was like, there's definitely like Sin 1, Sin 2, and Sin 3. Gosh dang it! I thought this one was gonna be right. You know, triplet 3-color commanders to build 4-color decks. You know, with the overlap. I thought it'd be cool. You know, like I like the idea of 4-color decks. It's only been done once in Commander, and I was like, yeah, it could be okay. Like, I don't know. I'm starting to get a little worried, but I think we're still gonna come out on top.
I think we're just bad at this. Like, seriously. We're not getting them. I thought we were getting them, and I feel like we're just really bad at this now. Like, that's how I'm feeling. But you're optimistic still.
Yeah, I was like, you need to get some optimism in your life, Ryan Green.
I feel like we are really bad at this.
We are optimistically bad.
The cup is half wrong.
I mean,
our predictions are all wrong.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a little bit more than half wrong.
Okay, so now it's time for one of my next bold predictions, and there's no way this one's wrong.
Surely this one is right.
So let's move on into the rest of my bold predictions here. And this is really just like one more prediction, but I thought, why not like take a swing for the fences and just see if I could name all 4 themes of the decks, right?
Okay.
So, as I alluded to earlier, one of my shot calls here, or pointing towards the stands out there, is there's going to be a colorless deck.
Yeah,
right?
That'd be cool.
That's something they've never done. It'd be really hard, but it'd be a cool way to get like some artifact reprints, and like getting 3 new colorless commanders could definitely happen.
Yeah.
Maybe even like some Eldrazi something.
Yeah, like it had to. Like, even if like Kaza was your commander, right? Like, it could be done.
I mean, it could. I really think it would be 3 fresh new commanders. I don't think.
Yeah, that's why.
Maybe Karn, like the OG Karn, that's like a 4/4 that becomes a.
Oh man,
Karn Silver Golem.
Yeah, one of those in foil.
All right, so that's my first shot call. The next one is, and this I am predicting all 4 of the decks. Right? There's no way I'm going to be wrong on any of this. I'm sure that we'll come back and revisit this in a future video and see just how wrong or just how bold these predictions are.
Right.
My next prediction is that there will be a 5-color elemental deck with Horde of Notions as a reprint to be the commander in there. But there will be another commander. The oversized commander for that deck will be something new. But anyway, so right now, we've seen it in the past, right? We saw Edgar Markov when vampires were in standard, right? And so that's why I'm doing this shot call, because we've got a lot of elementals happening in Core 2020, right? Like the new Omnath Locus of the Royal, right? The Temur one. And why not just have like a 5-color elemental deck? Like, I think it could totally happen. So, and yeah, that's my call. Okay. So there's 4 of them. We got a couple more. My next prediction for one of the themes of the Commander 2019 decks is that there's going to be a red-green werewolf deck.
Oh,
yeah, man. This is one that we just kind of haven't hit the nail on the head yet to get like a really perfect commander for this. So I feel like this is the year. And if you release it in a commander product, you can go all out. You can have like some werewolf, like tribal enchantments. Definitely like 3 cool commanders that could lead it. And it's something that I think would just please a lot of players. So this one I feel is like more on the less bold side. Like, I think this is definitely something that could happen. And my final A1 bold prediction for Commander 2019, the 4th theme, is that there will be an Esper hard control deck. This was actually kind of inspired by Mr. Big Bents, right? And also because this is how I balanced out my 4 decks, right?
Yeah.
It's a 5-color, a colorless, a red-green, and an Esper. And that way it's all balanced color-wise. Right. So the last one is kind of more of a just like, okay, for balance reasons, Esper control, maybe a couple of the new uncommon planeswalkers from War of the Spark could be in there or something. Maybe even like see a couple of new planeswalkers or something.
That'd be cool.
Okay, so I took a really big swing there, and I did not connect, like at all. Like, not even in the slightest. Like, I think I swung and the pitcher hadn't thrown the ball yet.
You're like that little league kid who's just like...
that feels like me with a piñata. Like, the blindfold's on, nothing happening.
No connections.
No 5-color elementals, even though that like would have been a pretty cool standard
I think that would have
tie-in.
been really sweet, yeah.
No red-green werewolf, no Esper hard control. I really didn't get there at all.
I would have bought that Esper hard control and just played it straight out the box. Except I would have fixed the mana base.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I felt so confident when I made that prediction. You can tell when you watch the clip.
Yeah.
I really did. But up next, we've got a really good prediction from Zach. This is yours, right?
Yeah, this is mine. And there's no way that this one's going to be wrong. No way. I have one more bold prediction.
You got one more? All right.
Yeah,
hit me with a ZT.
I feel like we should have done this. I think there will be an Orzhov people holding fence tribal deck.
Oh, for sure.
Like just people holding pieces of fences, just getting in there.
Yeah. You got your wooden fence, your wrought iron fence pieces. Definitely like
bits of stone.
Yeah, marble columns.
Yeah. I mean, a fence can be made out of anything. Glass. No! How could that not come true? Like, Watsy, get on the people wielding bits of fence train. Like the people demand this deck. Like, what is going on?
Look, here's the thing. I have pieces of fence outside. Yeah. I wield them all the time.
I do too, right? I just like to swing pieces of fence at people, right? Do they deserve it? No, probably not. But no one tells me what I can and can't do. I'm Zach Taylor.
Okay, so that marks an end to all of our bold predictions. But we did do one other thing during that episode where we tried to shot call all of the reprints that we were going to see. And we're not going to show clips of that because they were really long and we talked a whole bunch. But
you'll see a list of the cards on the side.
So, Zach, you made a couple reprint guesses, didn't you?
Yeah, I definitely did a lot of bird tribal type stuff. You know, bird type anthem effects, Kangi, some stuff like that.
Soul Catcher's Airy.
Yeah. You know, I really thought that, you know, I didn't say that would be a theme of the deck, but I thought maybe like birds could be like a sub theme of the deck.
Yeah, this was gonna be like the year for the birds. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, every year's a year for the birds, but like it just it didn't work out. I don't know. Maybe my finger isn't on the pulse of Commander 2019 reprints as I thought it was.
Well, you know, my finger was definitely not on the pulse of Commander reprints. Okay, so I'm going to list them out here for the audience at home.
Yep.
These were all the cards I thought might be reprinted in Commander 2019. And as far as predictions go, this was super bold. And I got 0 for 8. So spoiler alert, I didn't get any. Okay, so here are the ones I thought might be reprinted. Sneak Attack.
Legit.
Maze of Ith. Parallel Lives.
Possibly.
Patriarch's Bidding.
Nope.
Gauntlet of Power.
I wish.
Consecrated Sphinx.
Durr.
When you draw, I draw 2. Vidalcan Orrery.
Keep dreaming, bro.
Oh, what a sweet dream that would be.
Right.
And Teferi's Protection.
Needs it.
And then I had an honorable mention of Rhystic Study and
Needs it.
Phantasmal Image. So I thought those were some cards that could be reprinted. We didn't see any of them.
Yeah. No, we didn't. I mean, I wish we had.
I do too.
So, yeah, I mean, I know that everyone really kind of looks up to us because we're professional podcasters, right? We definitely do this as our main gig. We don't have daytime jobs. And you would think that we would get, you know, more right. And we didn't. Other than the super obvious. We have the super obvious ones. You know,
you know what? We did say they were bold.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, we hedged our bets a little bit.
Yeah, we took some swings. You know, did we get there? I don't know.
I will say this. You know what? Maybe we didn't get any of the predictions right, but I think they were entertaining. And audience at home, let us know. Was that entertaining?
Whoa, wait, dude. Didn't we get one right though? Didn't we get a third one right?
Did we?
I think we did. Let's roll the clip real quick and see.
All right, and my last card here for honorable mentions is Phantasmal Image. This is 1 in a blue for a 0/0 creature illusion. You may have Phantasmal Image enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's an illusion in addition to its other types, and it gains when this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. It's a 2-mana clone that comes with that illusion text.
Yeah.
It's a pricey card these days. It's
really?
like $14 or $15.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I have some of those.
And I wouldn't mind having more. And it's the kind of card that I think could go well in a Commander product, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. So that's what tops off my honorable mentions.
I'm surprised you didn't have Clever Impersonator.
I do love that card.
Yes. I got one right. And you know what? Take that, Catlight at Hellcat MTG. Look, I get it. You're a nice person. You won Supreme Verdict when I was on it. You're a legit MTG player who's top-aided 2 SCG events. You're on a pro MTG team. But you know what? You did not predict that Clever Impersonator would be reprinted in Commander 19. But you know who did? Zachary, the Predictor Taylor. I got there. So we are like, I think we're 3 for like 6-ish. But still, that was a pretty hard one. I got it, and I'm proud of myself.
You know what? Nobody saw that coming. I didn't see it coming. This guy did.
Yeah, I did.
You know what? Your prognosticative powers are beyond reproach, as I see it.
So, like, this is a secret. So you're watching this, and that means you're a fan, or you're listening to it. I would hope you're a fan. So, because our fans are listening to this, I'm going to give away a secret about my personal life that I don't usually tell people.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I can read minds.
What am I thinking of right now?
Me.
You're not wrong.
I know, because I can read your mind. But yeah, that's how I was able to do that. Why I got those other ones wrong? It's not an exact science, mind reading. It's not exact science. But this one, I got there.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and making sure to hit the like button,
the subscribe button,
and the ringing bell for notifications, and telling a friend that you enjoyed our program. We really appreciate that, and we appreciate you. So until next week, this is Ryan and Zach saying, keep it social.